It pierced the hole, it popped on the end, hissed blood. He was like, what the fuck? Kind of. Is that good? Oh my god, that's so much better. Yes, period. Clean. Hey guys, bonjour. Today we're talking, I haven't said that in so long, my kitty phobias. If you guys don't know, I've had SRS, which is sex reassignment surgery. I've had it about 2 years ago, and I've had a lot of complications, stuff go wrong with my first surgery because I did have to get it done another time. I have videos on that if you want to see, if you're curious. All those years ago, I had major complications, was kind of like, it brought a lot of trauma. Like I still have a lot of trauma. Just regarding that area, I could never even get something done there again because first of all, I had to get the second surgery. So like it was really traumatizing for me to get it, but it was like less worse than the first one. But I wouldn't really get anything else because I really am traumatized down there. Like I'm scared of everything. I'm gonna start, I literally wrote all the phobias that I have. I actually don't know if like biological girls have the same fears, but I'm just gonna like go ahead and tell you guys. First biggest fear is water. I mean public water, even bathtub. For the longest time, I think I was only able to shower. I would never even go into water because as soon as my feet touched the water, I was like, maybe my feet are like a little bit dirty. Even if I cleaned them before, I'm like, maybe there's something, like being paranoid, maybe there's something under my toenails and like it's gonna go in the water and then the water's gonna go in my kitty and then it's gonna like infect or something. Do not get me started about hot tub. I actually I got over this fear, but like that was one of my biggest fears for like 2 years, especially hot tubs, because if you think about it, hot tubs are like a big marinated like hot water full of bacteria like marinating in it, of like people and just like people's genitals going in it, and then it's just like their feet. It's just like gross. I wouldn't even go into a public hot tub. Like if I had a hot tub, I would go, but not in public. Now this was affecting me when I wanted to go to public pools. Like I would literally watch my friends go into public pools and I would not even go in it because I would be scared. I would dip my toes in the water, but I wouldn't even go in it because I was scared that I have like a phobia of the water going in and then just staying. Like obviously, don't get me wrong, I wash it, like I put water in it, but it's fresh water. I will not go into like dirty water that other people are going in. This area is so precious to me. And like that goes the same for like in the beginning. No boys that I did not like could not put their fingers in it. They could not put their, in it. They couldn't do anything with it because I was like, this is a sacred place. It's like very clean. So if you put dirtiness on it, I don't know what's gonna happen. I obviously got better. Yeah, that was a lot, but that was like my first fear. My second fear is actually dilating. If you guys don't know, dilating is when you put something in it to keep it open. I basically have to do it every day because of my complications that I've had, so I don't know how long I'm gonna have to do it every day. But my fear of dilating is the reason because, wait, what the fuck am I saying? I am scared of dilating because I have heard the most outrageous horror stories about dilation. Like when I tell you, it's so horrible. I've heard of a girl dilating and then she took it out too fast and it inverted inside out. It just came out. Like the tunnel came out. Like it fully went inside out, outside. That's just like, it's traumatizing. And after I heard that, I was like, whoa, what's my hair? Anyways, after that, I was traumatized. I was literally like, I was scared to dilate, and when I would take it out, I would be like, it'd take me 2 full minutes to just take it out. The next horror story I heard, which traumatized me a lot, is this one girl. She didn't dilate for like almost a year, and she was, I think, 3 years post-op, so she was like, she just gave up and she stopped dilating. And then when she went to have relations with this guy, he didn't know because it was like a hookup from a bar, and he just like went in to like put it in, and so basically the tunnel, the coochie canal was like scarred shut, right? But because it's a tunnel, because it was scarred shut, it was really hard. So when he inserted it, it just went beside it and it pierced the hole beside the tunnel, like because the tunnel was closed, it went beside, and then it pissed blood. The ambulance came. He was like, what the fuck is happening? I heard another one where someone just dilated too much, like they dilated too hard, and it popped on the end, and the dilator like went in them. So you can imagine that after hearing those things, I was like scared of dilating, and I would dilate like with caution, and it would take me like 4 hours. The next one is, wait, I literally forgot what it was. Oh yeah, smelling. I am such a hygiene person. I care about my appearance, I care about my smell, I care about my hygiene. It's so important to me, but this, it's like a fear of like the unknown, because you can't really tell if you smell. Sometimes I'm out in public, it never really happened to me. Like I never really smelled like fish, like they say. But I also have been like washing myself consistently for like the past 2 years. I've never like not, I mean, sometimes I will dilate and I will use lube, and then I'll be too lazy to douche it out, the lube. So there's gonna be like a day-old lube in it. The worst I've smelled is like old lube. Like kind of like a hospital. It smells like medical grade lube, warm. That's like one of my biggest fears, to smell. And sometimes when I'm out in public and I get whiffs of something, my paranoia just goes straight to that. And I'm like, oh my god, when did I last like douche? And then I'm like, oh my god, I did it like 4 hours ago. It's not me. But like, what if it's me? What if I just got hot and it's like sweating there and then it smells like that? Or what if I got an infection? Or what if I ate something and I'm allergic and then getting a bad reaction down there and then everyone's gonna smell it? Like my paranoia gets intense. Like I feel like I smoke a joint when I'm paranoid. Like that's how I'm paranoid. I'm so paranoid that I feel high and I feel like everyone's staring at me. But when I'm not paranoid, oh, I don't care what people think. I'm like the most careless person ever. It's a problem, like sometimes. The last one I have written is actually, it comes with a very weird story time, but I will say a disclaimer. So I went to this party like a year ago, right? This is my fear. This is my last fear. I was at a house party and I went there with my friends, and it was like a frat house party in Montreal. Or no, was it in Montreal? Oh yeah. I wasn't actually living here. I visited Montreal. This was before I moved out of my dad's house. And I was going on a trip to Montreal with my friends, and we went to this house party. So when I came in the house party, I immediately saw this one guy that was like catching my eye. You just like look at him, and then you wait until he looks at you, and then when he looks at you, you just like look away. And then you do it again, but then when he looks at you, you smile, and then you just look down. This is like a really good trick. Like it works every time. If he doesn't come, if he's a little shy, first of all, I don't like that. If he doesn't come, I'm like, not interested, because like you need to have the balls to come see me, you know? That's what I did, and then he just came to see me, and we started talking, and then I kind of forgot like what happened after that, but we ended up going into his house, I think, or was it his friend's house? We went to like this random house out of the house party, and my two friends had found themselves guys too. There's this one guy, he was like a reject, like he was with them, but he didn't have anyone, so he just came with us. And then I think it was his house. We went to this house, and there was like 4 guys there, my 2 friends, and there was like this big table. There was a DJ like thing where DJs like do their DJ thing. So curious, they were like, oh my god, can you do like DJ things? So he started doing, the guy that like did it, he started doing a DJ thing. I don't know like what you calling DJing. I go to the bathroom to pee, and then I just see this big, humongous ass spider on the bathroom floor, like in the corner. So I freak out. I get out of the bathroom and I just tell people, I'm like, there's this huge spider in the bathroom. It's kind of like, why would I, like, obviously he's gonna think I'm kidding, and then he wants to come. He just told everyone, he was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go help her get rid of that spider. So then he was like, show me where the spider is, like lead the way. Then I went to the bathroom, and then she just starts kissing me, and I'm like, no, actually, like wait, there's a huge ass spider there. And he was like, oh my god, that was actually true. Anyways, this is so unnecessary, but I want to give you guys the full story, you know? Gets rid of the spider, flushes it in the toilet, and then we just start making out. And then this is where my phobia starts, okay? This is where my phobia started. So this was a couple years ago, about a year and a half ago. So I had just got my pussy done. So it was like before I got my revision. So it looked really bad. I mean, it looked normal. Like, I don't think he could have told that it was like a fake one, but I was like self-conscious of it. Anyways, we started making out and he just like started putting his finger. He was like touching my pee hole, and bitch, when I tell you that shit hurt like a motherfucker. Like, I gasped and I was like shook. Because it was like one of the first times where I got like someone do that to me down there, like post-op. So I was like, is that supposed to feel like that? And then I was like really disappointed. I was like, oh my god, like that's how it feels? Like that's so sad and yucky. Like that's not a good feeling. It really hurted. It's kind of like if you try to put something in your pee hole, it's gonna hurt. It's like a catheter. Like you don't want that. I was over it. I was so over it. But I think after that, we just like, I actually don't remember what happened after that. Since then, every time a guy is trying to like put his hands down there, I'm like traumatized from that. That was my fears, my kitty phobias, like you would call it or say. I hope there's not any more that's gonna like develop. Hopefully I will get over all these fears and I'll have a happy little cisgender girl life. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
I have eyes everywhere, bitch.